Nebi, Nebi, Nebi.
And the three men were known as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They lived in a place called Babylon, and the three men worked for the king. One day, the king decided to build a huge image made of gold that stood 90 feet high. To understand how tall this is, imagine 15 men all standing one on top of the other to make a tall tower. It sure was big. King Nebuchadnezzar then made an announcement.
I'm making an announcement.
People of all languages, when you hear the music, you must bow down and worship the statue because I have said so. Whoever does not obey and worship the statue will immediately be thrown into a fiery furnace. The problem with this is that God does not want us to worship anything or anyone other than him. After all, he is God. He made us and he loves us so much. To worship a big pile of gold like the one that King Nebuchadnezzar set up is just silly. So, the next time the music played, and played a bit louder, everyone stopped what they were doing and then bowed down to worship the idol. Everyone, that is, except for Shadrach. Everyone, that is, except for Shadrach. Meshach. And Abednego. Some of the king's workers saw that they would not bow down to the image, so they immediately ran to tell the king. When King Nebuchadnezzar heard the news, he was very angry.
I'm very angry.
He immediately ordered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to be brought to him to explain their actions. The men were brought before the king, and Nebuchadnezzar said to them,
I'm saying to you,
"Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you will not bow down and worship the image of gold that I have made? If you do not, then I will have you thrown into a fiery furnace." Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego looked at each other and replied to the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we will not apologize for not bowing down. If we are thrown into the furnace, the God we worship will rescue us. But even if he doesn't, we want you to know that we will not worship the image of gold that you have set up." That made Nebuchadnezzar even more mad.
I'm even more mad than before.
Right away, he ordered the furnace to be heated way hotter than it usually was,
Fire it up, boys!
and commanded some of the strongest soldiers to take Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them in the fire. As the soldiers were pushing the men into the furnace, the flames of the fire killed the soldiers because the fire was so hot, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego fell into the hot, hot furnace. Then King Nebuchadnezzar, who was watching, jumped to his feet in amazement and exclaimed, "Weren't there only 3 men thrown into the fire? But look, I see 4 men walking around in the fire, untied and unhurt, and the 4th looks like some kind of angel." Nebuchadnezzar then came as close as he could to the furnace and shouted in the doorway, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, followers of the Most High God, come out, come here." So the 3 men walked out of the furnace without any burns, no hairs on their head burned, all their clothes perfectly fine, and no smell of fire on them at all. At that moment, Nebuchadnezzar knew that they worshipped a real God, not some fake statue. And they all prayed to God, saying,
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
I wanted to tell you this story because of the theme of mission in October, Step Up to Life. The three men, Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego, were very brave when they defied the king and faced great danger. However, they still decided to step up and God protected them. Taking part in the mission may need some bravery, but we will all put our faith in God and grow closer to Him as we all step up to life.